Call me selfish, but my passions and my dreams do come before children.
I think it's also completely invalid. When you're old, you're not gonna be with your kids. Your kids are not by your side. When you're old, when you're 90, they're not by your side every day. They're gone. They have their own family. So to be like, oh, I need to produce kids. I need to do this. I need to have a big ass family. You're gonna be alone either way. Why not be happy in the fact that you had a successful career?
You're not gonna be alone.
And you put yourself up there instead of like focusing on like, oh, I need a perfect family. No,
who do you think is going to be happier? A woman who's retired with 0 descendants or a woman with 70 descendants?
I think it definitely depends. Not every woman wants a child.
Her grandchildren love her. They love spending time around her. She gets... Hold on. She gets to help raise her kids' kids. She gets to spend time around them all the time. That's the light of these women's worlds. Obviously, she's going to be happier.
Yeah, but it's not always the case that these grandchildren and their kids are around them all the time. Sometimes they don't want anything to do with them. So regardless if they have like 70
So are you telling me you're the kind of woman that wouldn't want anything to do with your grandkids?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there are.
There's not many women, but that's not many women.
So you're dismissing the fact that there is women
that's
out there.
That's fine, but they can have those views. But the issue is that we want to make it clear that that's what does bring happiness. And I think a lot of young girls don't understand that later on it's really an important thing.
I think a really important thing is that Hensley has been bringing this up. Like, we are changing as a society. Yes, you're saying that, oh, girls now, like, we think that we can be independent, and then 30 years down the line, we're not
change can be in a bad direction too.
Yeah, is that change a good thing?
Exactly.
So we are already so overpopulated. Like, economically, children are not great.
That's such a lie.
Do you not?
That's
do you?
such a lie.
The UCSB housing example is like a great example. There are so many kids
reading.
without housing at UCSB that need it.
You should drop out of UCSB then to make room for the
stupid people just keep having kids.
Maybe UCSB should just stop enrolling so many people then and make the admission standards higher.
That's definitely true, but it's also like there's so many people who are on this earth.
What's your point?
The point is that
we don't need more people, and stupid people just keep having kids.
We definitely
stupid
do need
people.
to continue producing
Who are those stupid people?
I cannot think of a few.
Like
you.
Wow.
Why do you say that?
Why is he stupid?
Yeah.
What I'm getting down to is basically like
by the way, let's keep it respectful.
Yeah, this is not a dumb man.
Well,
that's not respectful.
No, but hold on.
This is not a dumb man. That's a complete ad hominem straw man attack.
Let's not resort to, like Chase said, ad hominem attacks. If you disagree with him, attack his argument.
Yeah, just because he disagrees with you doesn't make him stupid.
Will you let me, or are you going to keep talking over us like you've been doing this whole podcast, though?
Just go ahead. I have not been talking over you. Go ahead.
Okay. What I'm saying is you have very traditional values, and we are progressive women, and we believe in our dreams and our passions and our moral, and we also know that we can't do that while we're having kids and while we're under a man's thumb. So yeah, we're growing our own different way. And you're saying that, yeah, we should have kids and have 70 more people and keep overpopulating the world, which is already like crumbling, and not our economy and everything is not being able to keep up with us.
Right, but the girls that are having kids, there's a lot of girls at UCSB, right, that would have kids from just having a one-night stand. Mm-hmm. That's pretty, I mean, it's not super common, but that's when it happens.
What's your question?
That's not a question. It's just, don't you think you should look at that and say, like you said, stupid people? I don't think I'm the stupid person here in the situation. I think the stupid people are the ones that are going out and having these one-night stands and getting pregnant.
So you're saying that like the only people who should be having kids are people in the nuclear family where the woman is submissive?
I didn't say that. But I do think that in a family, that's when you should have kids.
Okay.
Why would you have kids? Like, obviously you don't need to be married to have kids, but why would you have kids with some random person?
Isn't healthy though. I feel like maybe you've had some really good examples in your life where like you can look at like an example of your family and say like, yeah, this is how I grew up, this is what I believe. But there's plenty of people who are getting together and in families are unhappy, and that's going to reflect in their children, and that's going to just continue a family and generational line that I think lots of people should be broken, but they keep having kids because that's the only thing they know.
Think about how many single moms there are out there. Do you think that raising kids as a single mom is a good thing for the son or daughter?
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, and you can be a single mom that comes from a nuclear family.
But
you know what a lot of these unhealthy families have going on?
What?
the women are feminists and they don't like submitting to the men.
That's right, Chase.
This causes an insane amount of unhappiness
So women
in
need to be
families.
submissive to men in order to have a happy life and happy children.
I think men, and this is what we've communicated. This is what we've communicated. This is what we've communicated on previous podcasts. I think men need to earn submission from their wives, learn how to take care of their wives, learn how to provide for their families, learn how to effectively lead their women. I think when men do this,
Where do they learn that skills? College?
hold on.
Definitely not college.
Hold on. I think when men effectively do this, it creates very happy and healthy family dynamics. The healthiest families that I've seen, where the husband and wife have a happy and healthy marriage, they're regularly having sex, neither of them resent one another, they raise healthy kids with solid values. These families, they have a traditional masculine and feminine dynamic going on. I came from a family, my mom did not want to submit to my dad. It created an insane amount of tension in the household. And there were so many moments in time where my dad needed to assert frame and lead my mother, and he didn't. And it created crazy amounts of tension.
What situations were those?
I'm not sure how personal I want to get on a podcast like this, talking about my parents' marriage, but I will say there were times when my mom was physically ill. She was dealing with illness. She would be emotionally spiraling out of control when it came to things that my dad was doing in the marriage that she didn't like, things that the neighbors were doing, things that were happening with their mortgage, all sorts of different stuff. She would make poor financial decisions all the time. My dad would try and convince her to not do them. She would do them anyways, and it would bite us in the ass down the line. My parents had to foreclose on a home, and we lost a lot of what we had because of my mother's poor financial decisions. And my dad tried telling her, don't do this, and she said no. She didn't want to submit to his leadership. His leadership would have saved us, and she caused us a world of hurt as a result. And this is why that traditional dynamic can work. I'm not saying that like one of the reasons why women don't want to submit to men is because men are unworthy of leading women at times. Like there's a lot of shitty guys out there who don't know how to take care of their woman. They don't know how to take care of their family effectively. And in those instances, women don't want to submit, and it makes sense why.